Hello and welcome to yet another 2-Minute Tuesday. This week we're talking about storage and storage for Dynamics 365 Online in particular, because on-premise storage is pretty inexpensive. I think you can buy a 10 terabyte hard drive for like $200 or whatever it is. So it's not very expensive to increase the storage capabilities of Dynamics 365 on-premise. However, online it's pretty expensive if you go above whatever storage you have available to you in your subscription. As you probably know by now, every subscription of Dynamics 365 Online comes with 10 gigs of storage plus 5 gigs of extra storage for every 20 full users that you have licensed through your subscription. So, maybe you have 20, 30, 40 gigs of total storage that is allowed with your subscription. But if you go above that, you're going to end up paying for extra storage, which can get pretty expensive, right? Depending on how much extra storage do you need. So it is always important to keep your eye on storage, and especially not only keep your eye on storage, but keep your eye on what entities or systems or solutions within your Dynamics 365 system are occupying the majority of your storage. And on-premise is pretty easy because you have direct access to the database. Obviously, if you use something like the Azure data export service, you can have a copy of your database in Azure and sort of run your own scripts and analyzers to see where your data is going. But if you don't have solutions like that, you really struggle to figure out where is your storage going, right? What entities is occupying the majority of your storage? But there's a company out in Cyprus, a small company called UDS Systems, right? And I will add the link to their Storage Analyzer on the description of this video. But essentially, the Storage Analyzer is one of my favorite free tools for Dynamics 365 Online, because essentially what you do is you download their add-on, download their solution, and then once you download it, you essentially run the solution after importing it. Let me show you how it works. By the way, while this is loading, let's start the countdown and let's go. But here's a solution that we imported. It's called the CRM Online Storage Analyzer. So you open that up, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to open the solution and it will immediately start running, and it will show you progress. You can see my progress goes really, really fast because I'm on a trial environment, so there's not a whole lot of data in here. And you can start already seeing that 944 kilobytes of my storage is on mail merge templates. So obviously I don't have a whole lot of data here. I don't have any attachments or anything like that. So I'm not really seeing that information. But in your case, if you're running on your production environment or your sandbox or whatever it is, you'll be able to get a list of all the entities. And this is a pretty long list. I mean, you can see everything is in here. All of your entities, custom or system entities, everything. All of your processes and system jobs and business process flows, everything will be in here, and you can see the size in kilobytes and obviously how many records do you have for that particular entity. Now, the company UDS says this is not exact. You don't get 100% accuracy with the kilobytes and the size. But to be honest with you, it doesn't have to be exact. What I'm looking for is trends. What I'm looking for is, well, is 80% of my storage occupied in email attachments? Because I can do something about that. There are solutions out there that can help me move email attachments to a blob storage, right? Whereas, in Dynamics 365, you have a cost per gig that is either, $5 or $40, depending on when you're watching this video. But if you look at Azure Blob Storage, for example, it's 2 cents. 2 cents per gig per month. So it's just way less expensive. And again, there are companies out there that have solutions that can help you move that. Microsoft has a free solution out there. Now, of course, it's unsupported. They don't recommend that you use for production, even though a lot of companies out there uses it. And then you have companies like MSCRM Add-ons, for example, that has a solution that can move that email attachment into a blob storage, as I mentioned. Maybe your storage is consumed by actual files and documents because you never integrated with SharePoint. That can tell you that maybe it's time to integrate with SharePoint. So you can go through that integration to move all of those attachments into SharePoint, because once again, the storage on SharePoint is very, very inexpensive compared with Dynamics 365. So once again, use the Storage Analyzer, the CRM Online Storage Analyzer, to see where your storage is being consumed inside of your Dynamics 365 database. I hope you enjoyed this week's tip, and we'll see you next week.